Welcome, everybody, to the Weekday Wagers, the soccer edition. We have got some Serie action for you coming up for this Sunday. And with me to break down this game, a very interesting game, I can't wait to get into this one, is our resident soccer guru, the one and only man from the Dirty, Charles Michel. Charles, how are you, first of all? And second, what game are we jumping into?
Outstanding, Mark. I appreciate you having me back. We're going to go to this Inter Milan, AC Milan, otherwise known as the Milan Derby. This should be a good one, especially since they share the same stadium. There's no real benefit for either team for them to travel. Most derbies, you have to travel somewhere, but not them. It's just they basically, whoever's the home team, they just swap however they do that. But it's a no real home field advantage, even though sometimes you'll see more of the Inter crowd than the AC Milan crowd there.
I was just going to ask you, so how does this play? I mean, if you're a fan, right? I mean, are you rooting for who are you rooting for? And I guess you have your loyalties and they figure that piece out, but it should be a pretty split stadium.
Yeah, the city's pretty much split. It's half either Inter or AC Milan in that city.
Gotcha. And, I know that Inter Milan has been one of the more consistent sides as far as winning matches in Serie A. These matches are a little bit different, and especially one where you share the same stadium. I mean, that's like the New York Jets playing the New York Giants. How do you approach a game like this as far from a handicapping standpoint, or these tend to be too volatile?
It can be volatile. It can be difficult to split these two. That's why I normally look at just the totals instead of looking at sides, even though Inter Milan had dominated this series, but as of late, AC Milan has made it kind of hard on them. The Inter Milan, they have not they've not won in the last 5 matches. So AC Milan has kind of held that, even though Inter comes in hot. They've won. They've only lost 1 of their last 12 matches, so they're coming in riding as the hotter team. So I would expect them to want a little bit of revenge in this spot. But at the same time, this what we can normally count on, just like the other match, but this one's a little bit more appropriate, is another both teams to score, and the price on this one is lower than you would expect. It's come in 6 of the last 7 times each team has scored in this derby. Another thing to look at, which we discussed in the previous with the EPL, is corners. This is a corner. 2 of my favorite corner teams, a lot of set pieces. You'll see that they're averaging around 10 per contest, just over the last 10. I think teams hitting the back of the net, corners you can look at, team corners. So definitely some opportunities. As far as splitting them, I would probably give a slight lean to Inter, but I would just rather stay neutral and just play for goals.
Well, I was going to ask you, do you think that the price on the total here, or for both teams to score, I should say, the pricing that we're getting, do you think that has so much to do with the way that these two teams are so defensive minded? And what I mean by that is, I know AC Milan, their defensive success, they limit the through balls. They keep their lines really compact, and the scoring chances drop dramatically for opposing teams. Yet Milan seems to thrive when they control possession, so they're going to slow it down and just hold the ball. Is that why we're getting such a good price on this?
Inter Milan, definitely the possession team. AC Milan is willing to give that up, attack on the counter. Another counter-attacking team, they'll do this with these type of teams. Normally, AC Milan would dictate the possession, but when they're taking on teams in similar status, they're willing to give that up and sit back and look to attack on the counter. But yeah, definitely 1-1. I think at worst we could see a 1-1. It's going to be hard to score against these teams, but they have such attacking talent that they're able to break down defenses. So I think at worst 1-1. 2-1 either way. Even the over is 2.5 -115 -120s. It's not bad price on that either. That's telling you that they think maybe a 2-1 either way, 1-1 at worst. I think 1-1 at worst would be my prediction.
Let me ask you this, because I hear you say corners are a big one in this one, and so my mind immediately goes, what if there was a same game parlay to add, a real low amount of corner kicks plus a over
1.5 goals.
Yeah.
Over 1.5 goals. And then the whatever you could get on a decent corner. Normally this one will probably be 8.5, 9.5, probably 8.5, 9.5, somewhere in there. So you get 7.5, 6.5 with a 1.5. Definitely look at that.
That's great. You know what? I think you just sold me on how I'm approaching this game. I love it.
Absolutely.
But this can't be the only game happening on Sunday, right?
No, there's a ton of matches taking place on Saturday and Sunday. Even we have a little Friday action to get the weekend kicked off. So plenty of opportunities to take advantage of the weekend soccer or football.
And I know that you have picks that cover what? NHL, NBA. Let me ask you this: what don't you cover?
Golf, MMA. Yeah,
Okay.
that's yeah.
Fair enough. So if you want picks for everything other than MMA and golf, where can people find your picks?
X at ROI Capper one at ROI Capper one. I have my QR codes pinned right there to my homepage. You just go in there, swipe that. I'll give you the opportunity to get a month with me, or if you would like to get something smaller, just reach out to me. We can get you going with a weekend. So real opportunities to break that down for you.
Yeah, make sure, folks, if you aren't following Charles on X at ROI Capper one, do yourself a favor, get over there and do it. And more importantly, sign up for his soccer picks, his NHL picks. The guy is incredible. We joke all the time. We swear Charles is a time traveler and he comes back and just drops his knowledge on us. So take advantage of it. But with that, we can't wait to come back next week where we'll have some more breakdowns of soccer plays for the upcoming weekend. But until then, have a great weekend. Enjoy your soccer. Be kind to one another, and we'll see you next week. Thanks.
Best of luck, everyone.